re-sign action. Well, actually, they had already offered him the tender, but it's J.C. Hassenauer, right? He was tendered when the Steelers first sent out their round of tenders. Obviously, he went to test the market, tested it, decided that it was better for him to come back. So he signed his tender to return to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think that, for me, I like this move. JC was a guy that we saw come in last year. Number one, he had position flexibility. Could play the center or guard spot, both guard spots. And then at the end of the year, when Kendrick Green had his calf injury, he was the biggest reason why we were able to not just continue going, but in some cases improve our protection when he was out.
Him and LeGlue.
Yeah, him and John LeGlue. Absolutely. We could point to both of them and say like, yo, these two guys have really changed how we looked. And I mean, I've always liked JC since he's come to Pittsburgh. He kind of, like I said, reminds me of BJ Finney. Never a great player, never going to be a Pro Bowler, but consistent guy, a guy that you can win with. If you are in a game and you need somebody to fill in center, any guard spot, he gives you that. If you need a guy that can spot start for you, get you a handful of starts in, he gives you that as well. And, when you talk about a guy like him, fundamentally sound, talk about a guy like him, he's always available as well. I think it is just a good move to just continue to keep the depth, continue to keep that room as competitive as possible.
It's a good reminder because I thought he was already signed to the team.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, wait, we re-signed Hassenauer? Thought he was already here. I thought we were already talking about him in terms of our offensive line combination.
They gave him the tender. He was like, hold on, let me see what these streets talking about. Sometimes you got to check out the streets, man.
Yeah, it was just nice to know. Okay, he's officially on the team. Good reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you think this plays out with the center position?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm hearing rumblings that Mason Cole could play center pretty good.
Yeah. Mason in his
J.C. Hassenauer, and then obviously Kendrick Green.
Yeah. And Mason Cole in his interview said if he had it his way, he prefers to play center. Yeah,
that leaves the left guard open for Dotson. Then.
Yeah, he said he's open to play either guard spot, but he said he prefers to play center. So yeah.
So Hassenauer probably backup heading into this.
Okay.
Thing. Unless you're thinking he's competing with Dotson.
Well, this is my thing. I think that Hassenauer is good at all those spots, but I don't think that he is day one starter at any of those spots. But I think I don't really want to view him as competition for Dotson because I don't think he's competition for Dotson. I think
you think he's just backup then?
Yeah, and I think if anything, he puts a little bit of pressure on Kendrick Green in terms of getting a helmet because like Kendrick is not going to get cut by no stretch of the imagination. But in the sense of when you're talking about dressing these offensive linemen who can give you the most in terms of positional flexibility and consistency, if I'm Coach Tomlin today, and this is before we see who improves coming into camp and all that other stuff, but if it's just today, I would dress JC over Kendrick because I know JC can play legitimate center snaps and legitimately play guard snaps. Whereas right now with Kendrick Green, we know he was.
We don't know either.
Yeah, we don't know. He was undersized as a center, and he would be even more undersized if he moved to guard. So he's the biggest question mark to me. So that's why I would lean more JC, but I don't think either of those guys would legitimately push Kevin Dotson or whatever at the left guard spot. I just don't see that. I think if they want competition for Dotson, it would need to be with not even James Daniels. I think James is going to definitely be the right guard. It would need to be Mason Cole or them drafting someone.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I didn't know if a combination would be left tackle Dan Moore, left guard Mason Cole, and then center between Hassenauer Green, right guard James Daniels, then right tackle Chooks, obviously.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, that is
my man Dotson's out, which I don't want. That's why I would like Mason Cole at center, and then we got Dotson at left guard.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way it could play out. And I think the biggest thing is just, like I said, we don't know the team's true feelings of Dotson, but we know last year there were rumblings that they weren't happy with him. And then we saw how everything really played out in the season and stuff like that. So it could very well be a situation where they say we want Mason to be the left guard and make Dotson have to fight to either beat him out or be that swing guard because we know Dotson can play right or left guard as well. And then you roll with whoever you want to go with at center, whether it be JC, Kendrick, or you drafting somebody. That is a legitimate option as well.
I was liking the Dotson more left side in preseason. I know it was preseason, but they were mauling some dudes. We were getting some good things going on the ground.
They said it looked better when it was LeGlue over there.
In the regular season, right?
Yeah, that's what they said, man.
Left guard. Well, Dotson was hurt, though.
Here you go, man. That's what they said.
Dotson was a little banged up.
That's what they said. They said that, that's what they said. Look, it was just more productive. It was the combo of LeGlue and JC. I don't remember what happened with Dodson. He was on IR?
Because I feel like
he was on
Glue
IR
came in after, like a few weeks after Dodson was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a gap in between. Who was playing left guard in that time then?
Bro, I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't either, because I didn't think it was Dotson out, LeGlue, and
then we saw this
improvement.
uptick.
Because I thought Dotson played pretty solid.
Because we saw
for
the
us.
uptick when it was JC that came in for Kendrick. So I don't even remember
who was left
the time
guard?
of that. Yeah.
Maybe someone will let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
Was it Hassenauer at left guard?
Could have been.
I have no clue, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
I really don't either.
Those two guys at the end were the ones, man.
All right, so is that it for JC? Obviously, good move.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
we
with
definitely like it, man. Definitely like it. So yeah, that is it for my man JC. Roll Tide, because he's a Bama guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So put some respect on him.
Bam.
Yeah.
Black and Martyr just giving us some support.
Hey,
in the super chat.
Captain, what up, baby? We know we always appreciate you. Now the show is officially here. Now that you here, baby. Yes, indeed.